Welcome back. In this video, you will learn how to use the clone feature with the file formats and sequences. So I am going to start by saying how many file formats do we have. So right now I have no file format. So let me create a new file format. The name of my file format is going to be CSV_FF. Type is CSV. Compression is auto. The field delimiter is a comma since it is a CSV file. Skip header is 0 because my file does not have any header. And then there are a few other parameters. Now let's execute it and you will see that our file format has been successfully created. Now if I view all the file formats, you will see that we'll have a newly created file format which is CSV_FF. Now I am going to create a clone file format using the CSV_FF file format, and you will see that our clone has been successfully created. Now if I view the file formats again, I'll see that now instead of one, I have two file formats. One is CSV_FF and the other one is the CSV_FF_clone. The file format does not really hold any data. It is very easy to have a clone for a file format. Now let's see how many sequences do we have. And for that I am going to write the query show sequences. And you can see that right now I have only one sequence called E1_sequence. Now let's create a sequence object using a clone function. And our sequence clone has been created. So let's view all the sequences again. And you can see that now I have two sequence objects. One is a source sequence object which is the E1 sequence and other one is its clone. Now if I write another query in which I am going to select the next value for the E1 sequence clone and the E1 sequence, it gives me the exact same value for the next interval for both the tables. Now I am going to alter the clone sequence object and change the increment from 2 to 3. Now let's see all the sequences. You can see that the interval time for the E1 sequence clone has been changed from 2 to 3. And the next value for both of them is right now 304. So if we select the next value for both of them again, one of them will have the value of 304 and the other one will have a value of 305. Okay, I executed it more than once. So now the next value for the E1 sequence clone is 307 and for the E1 sequence is 306. So this means that there is a change in the incremental value between the two sequences. I was expecting, since I have executed the alter statement, the very next statement should change. What does this mean? It means that the sequence object already holds the next value. So it is a very important observation here. And this is how you can use the clone function with the file formats and sequences. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.